Hey guys, what's going on here? Welcome to another HEX update Saturday for November 16th, 2013. I'm Jake Freedom, and this week in HEX we had another patch rollout. Patch 8.15, I think, came out on the 13th, and this had one game-changing change to it. And that change being triggered abilities will no longer use the chain. What does that mean exactly? Well, if you're familiar with Magic the Gathering, you know you have a chain of events and where things take place that the opposing player has a chance to react to something that your character or something that's going to happen in the game. For example, let's just do this here. Dan Clark from CZE, he gave a great example on the HEX TCG website. His example was, let's say that you have a Adamanthian Scrivener on the board for turn 1, and then on turn 2 you play a Righteous Paladin. Now the text on the Scriveners reads, when this or another troop enters play under your control, gain 1 health. And the text on the Paladin reads, when you gain health, this troop gets permanent +1/+1. Now, when the triggered abilities were on the stack before, the opposing player would have a chance to respond to those abilities, because the health gain would go on the stack, and and then the player would have priority, and from there you could burn or possibly snipe either the Scrivener or the Paladin. Either one would probably work depending on what cards you had in your hand. But now, since triggered abilities are not going to be on the stack, the opposing player will not have a chance to react to that buff, because the health gain won't go up on the stack, and the opposing player will not get priority there. So they won't have a chance to kill the Scrivener or the Paladin before the buff takes place due to the health gain from the Scrivener. Now, lots of people do not like this at all. In fact, on the forums, let's see, I don't know, a couple day ago maybe, there were at least 29 pages of posts for reasons why people think this is good, why people think it might not be good. There's just a whole mess of ideas on the actual change. Now, some debate that this takes away from the complexity of the game. Others think it adds to complexity. I personally, at this point, don't really have an opinion, because, like I said before in the past, I can't play the game yet. So for me to form an opinion would just be going off of other people's words, and we just can't do that now. I could form an opinion based on those what others are saying, and if I do that, I would say that I can see pros and cons on either side of the story. I guess we'll just have to see and wait and see what CZE does. Personally, I don't know if this change will actually stick in the game. Um, but we'll see. I could be wrong. I mean, I'm not a pro TCG player by no means. So if you think about it, does it add complexity? Does it take away complexity? Does it kind of dumb the game down? From Since it's a strategy game, I would have to say, it's you know 6 to 1, half a dozen to the other. It depends on how you look at it. Okay, so before you were able to, react to something that was going to happen. Now you don't have that chance. Now you're going to have to play a little more proactively. So is that more of a strategy game, or is it less of a strategy game? Does it make it more complex? Does it make it less complex? Like I said, it's 50-50 toss up. I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens as things continue to go on. And one of the reasons that the people think that CZE rolled this change out was because there's been a lot of past priority issues, and this will eliminate some of the past priorities. Getting the priority to the other player, it'll eliminate some. Will it eliminate all of them? No, but I personally don't think CZE rolled this out to take away such a big part of the game just to eliminate some work on trying to get rid of the past priority. If that makes sense to you. I don't know. I could be wrong there. So we'll see. Another thing too that some people are playing, or some people are saying, is that that if a Magic the Gathering player comes over and tries to play Hex and the triggered abilities aren't on the actual stack or chain, that they might be turned off by this. Again, they very well could be, and they might see it as a different challenge, and they might actually like the game. So we'll see on that one too. I personally, if you're a hardcore MTG player, yeah, maybe you will be. If you're looking for a game similar to Magic the Gathering. If I were that, I don't know. I mean, my playstyle would revolve around trying to take advantage of triggered abilities. So would it turn me off? I don't think it would turn me off. It would definitely be. I definitely have to make some adjustments for sure. But we'll see. And again, time will tell. Like, this is still very early game development. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know, exactly where the game's going to go yet. So we'll see. Let's see. Some of the other changes that were made in this particular patch here is they added tooltips when you hover over keywords on cards while in a match. They added a button to the concede screen, and this is to help out engineers see what's going on when the pass priority issue comes up. So if both players have this, or if one player has it, whatever happens, you can concede out of the game, and instead of actually conceding out, they have a little button that says just report bugged game. That'll help, give some data back to the engineers so they can see possibly what's going on here, if it's a code issue, if it's a server issue. So hopefully that will definitely help out and speed up development on getting this pass priority bug fixed. Let's see here. Another thing that they did is they replaced a deck building drop-down list with icons in the card manager. And they got command tower and air superiority. They're now working properly again. And keep name creation is now properly disallowing spaces. Also, Crush was previously bugged, but they were able to fix it with a hot patch, so that should be all cleared up there and everything. So other than the triggered abilities coming off the stack, that was pretty much the major update there for this week. So if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and click subscribe below, leave a comment if you'd like, and I'll have a video for you next week.